Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome back to the boys on the stands. It has been a crazy weekend with lots of blockbuster games. Liverpool versus Arsenal, Brighton versus Tottenham, Manchester City whooping Southampton, and a whole lot. I'm not going to talk about just a game, but a whole lot of games have happened this weekend, and we're going to go through all of them. Okay, that's what we're going to go through. We're going to go through all of them. We're going to say what we think about the matches, and then we're going to have some hot debates towards the end of this video. And make sure you stay to the end so you can actually give us your opinions as well. And let's go. Let's get started. Without any further ado, we're not going to waste any time today. We're going to talk about the match that is on everybody's mind. The match for me is a contender for match of the season, one of the games of the season this season, because it was that type of game. From the beginning of the game to the end of the game, it was very intense, and both teams actually showcased why they are part of the big six. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool versus Arsenal. I feel to an extent this game gave us everything as neutrals. This game gave us everything, like from the goals to the passion to the elbow to the fights to everything. The game literally gave us everything, and we're going to go through all of them. And I'm going to start with the Arsenal fan. The Arsenal fan. I need you to tell me. First of all, welcome to the boys from the stands. This is your first
Thank
time.
you.
How you doing, my guy? What's good?
Yes, I'm good. Back in the fear of being a potential Premier League champion, so I'm enjoying.
So you still feel that way, regardless of the results. What do you think about the game? How did the game go for you?
They play.
Well, I feel the fact people are always forgetting the fact that Man City still has like a Champions League to win. You understand? So I feel them still being in the Champions League will be like a major distraction for them and all. I feel that's the only excuse we can give ourselves with the Arsenal fans, and then to keep on winning our games. So far as we keep on winning our games and leave the rest for Man City to do and everything, definitely will be lifting the trophy very soon.
Keep on winning your games. Just before I talk about the games you guys have left to play, and I will talk about the games Arsenal have left to play as well. Jude, how you see the game?
What did you say?
That match, I think I was watching that match with my younger brother, and at some point, I told him that be like see Salah receive a lot ahead of this match because all the chances where Salah missed, Salah could have easily had it on a different. Maybe Salah of last season would have had a hat trick in that game.
Yeah.
Salah of then would not score hat trick for that game. Liverpool would have been cruising on that game. I mean, Arsenal had their chances when they were 2-0 up. I mean, Arsenal was cruising the game. Liverpool were all over the place. But that one goal way Salah scored before halftime. Then I think for some reason the clash between Xhaka and Arnold made the crowd come alive.
Yeah, the fans were crazy. They were up for it. Yeah,
it called the hot. Arsenal, they play Arsenal half field as at 50-something minutes.
A whole I don't believe. That one shocked me. I think that was the first time I saw Arsenal so nervous in the game.
Saka was not in that game at all. Not getting to where Saka played yesterday. Odegaard, pretty much same thing. It was Martinelli that just looked at the light for Arsenal. If Arsenal have that kind of performance again among the last 9 games, right, they should just forget it. It's gone. As it stands right now, I'm actually booking Man City to win this trophy, not Arsenal anymore. Man City
just after one game. I remember the last time we spoke, you were like, "Oh, Arsenal to win the trophy." Now Man City to win the trophy.
I hope Arsenal wins the trophy. It's good for football fans. Let somebody else win it. But after that match yesterday and after City Southampton, I feel like even he mentioned Kuye mentioned that the Champions League will be a distraction for Man City. I don't think so. I think they have enough squad depth and they don't have players injured except for them. So they have full squad at the right time to go on and win the league and the Champions. No, sorry, no. Madrid is winning Champions League. They have enough squad depth to go on and win the league.
Okay. Saxon, what's good, my guy? What's good? How you doing?
Yeah, that's good.
So, from the point of
Alright.
view of Arsenal, because Jude spoke a whole lot about Salah and his missed chances and how they would have easily won that game because of their second half performance. But from the point of view of Arsenal, what do you think of their performance?
Well, I think Arsenal started well. They started the game really well. If they are taking some of their chances in the first 30 minutes, they would have probably been three or four goals up in the first half. But I think at some point they got I don't know if I would say complacent because of the two goals they've had. They were in front, no doubt, but I think they just dropped off a bit, and Liverpool exerted themselves in the game, and then they were pushing, and they got that penalty. From there, I think the crowd just they were riled by the crowd somehow, and then they didn't know what to do. This Arsenal side that we've seen this season, they've actually come from losing positions to win games. We've seen that against Bournemouth and some other teams, Aston Villa as well. So, but I thought that they were even lucky to get the draw because the entire second half was nothing to write home about. They were under the cushion for most part of the second half. They were trying to stay there. I think the midfield lost their balance. The attackers didn't they could not um they couldn't get the ball, so they couldn't do much with it. It was just more like the ball comes into midfield and it's intercepted and all of those things. But it was a very good game for Liverpool in the second half. I think maybe the Anfield has always been a fortress for them. And then Arsenal, they've not had like a very good record playing there. So it was looking like okay, they were going to run away with it. But at some point, they just lost their way around it, and then Liverpool just found their rhythm. I was telling somebody that this Firmino change is going to affect this game. Firmino knows how to score Arsenal. I don't know if you watch his record against Arsenal, he knows how to score them. I told the person, I said, see this change. Liverpool would end up drawing this match or even winning it in the second half. Well, that's just it. But Salah was just really. I don't even know what I'll say about him yesterday because just you watch Salah play, he's cutting in on his left foot and he can't even place the ball really well. It was more like it was off yesterday and it was sad to see. But thank God that the goals came and we were able to get the draw from it. So,
Okay,
no,
okay, yeah, Salah was definitely off of it, but let us not take anything away from Ramsdale. Ramsdale made some terrific, incredible
yeah,
saves in
it
that
did, it
game,
did, it did.
like some amazing saves in that game. Because I can remember the one he did towards the end of the game from Salah. He did for Kunate. He did for a lot of saves he made in that game
Yeah,
that
exactly.
won Liverpool that game. So Ramsdale was even very good. And what do you think? I was hoping the Arsenal fan will be able to tell us because Mikel Arteta he actually had Kieran Tierney ready to come on just before Trent
Exactly, exactly.
Alexander-Arnold messed him up and went past and scored for put the ball in for Firmino to score. So do you think that change was delayed a little bit? Like they would have changed it up a little bit more because you saw the pressure
Exactly
Liverpool
my point.
were,
Exactly
were giving to Arsenal. Percy, Alpha, what do you think about the game?
Or
my
I
point.
just keep wrong, but I didn't really get your point, your question.
Okay, no, for the Arsenal and Liverpool game, I was wondering what you thought about Mikel Arteta's changes to the game. Like, did he delay a little bit to bring in Kieran Tierney? Was he supposed to have brought him on earlier because that wing was having a lot of pressure from Alexander Arnold and Salah, and that was the wing they used to actually get the equalizing goal. Did you think there was anything he would have done better for that particular substitution to
They're not really tactical on that side. They were just kill time. I mean, it's Anfield. Any little thing, the game can just. So I felt like it was just because from like the second half, you could see that they start having this kind of delay tactics. So I just felt like it wasn't really tactical like that. It was just kill off the game, let the time pass. Well, as in they had another chance to win it at the time minute. So I mean, there's that too. But the change, as for the changes, I don't think it was tactical. It was just to kill off the game.
Okay. Jude, what
I
is it
had a
about
question here. I want to ask.
exactly?
I want to ask a question, and the Arsenal fan is not here because he's the one I want to ask. But I'm going to throw this to the house because we all watch football. What do you think went wrong exactly for Arsenal? Was it the fact that, first of all, my opinion, Holding is not Saliba. That was the first one. He was too prone to mistakes. I think he made one mistake but got away with it. From there, he became too guided, became too cautious. Holding one. Two, Arsenal they need to be able to change. There's this thing, even, what's his name? Eric Ten Hag will do it. If you notice his team is losing the ball too much in the midfield, he removes somebody and brings somebody. He adds an extra body in the midfield. He probably takes off Anthony or one of the forwards and bring someone in the midfield, maybe Fred. That change was something I was expecting from Arteta, and I know the change should have been either Saka or Odegaard, one of the two of them out, and then bringing Jorginho or any other person they have to play the midfield, just to hold the ball, contain the game, because they were still winning, right? But he didn't do that. And even when it was 2-2, he still didn't do that. They could have lost that game. He still lost that game. They got that draw out of the merit of Salah missing his goals. But what do you guys think Arteta could have done differently to have, turned the game around in their favor?
Okay. First of all, I think that Rob Holding was one of the best players yesterday.
Exactly what I was about to say, my brother.
One of the best players.
Yes,
Without a doubt.
if you watch the
Without a doubt.
game,
He was.
he was the better player compared
away the
to
penalty.
Gabriel. He dealt with most of their issues. Apart from the only mistake I felt he made in the game was the penalty, which was like we saw it. That was a bit soft and all, but he was one of their standout players yesterday. First of all, and then secondly, I thought that they lost the game in midfield because they were not more like the team itself lost their balance. It was not about bringing Jorginho or bringing anybody because they already play with an extra man in midfield, which is Zinchenko. He's an inverted midfielder. In as much as he plays as a left back, he also assists in the midfield. So if you bring in Jorginho or any other person or Pablo Vieira or anything, it wouldn't have changed anything. I thought that game was supposed to be protected. You're 2-1 down. All I expected from you is you don't always have to approach games the same way every time. Now it worked against Bournemouth, it worked against Villa, but it might not work against. We saw that it didn't work against Liverpool. So what I expected was to bring in a more defensive-minded left back, which was earlier in the game, and because we saw that Zinchenko was exploited time and time again. So I thought that it was probably going to bring in some more defensive cover just to try and see out the game tactically. But it came out like he just made some changes too late, and he was not reading the game too smartly. Like because I felt like he was so consumed by the fact that this same thing has worked before. Let's try it again. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going at it. It will work. When I get something out of the game, and that was where I felt like he went all wrong, yesterday.
Okay, just to add a little bit to that. First of all, we're always smarter after the fact. We sabi talk wetin somebody supposed to do, wetin somebody supposed not do because the match don't finish. If they say they give us Arsenal now to manage for that game, trust me, now 17-0 with for the collect. But anyway, Mikel Arteta actually he made a change. Actually, he took out Odegaard and he brought in Kivior because for him he felt like I'm just trying to, I know this one I say for him, it felt like as if he call me, tell me about this now, what I dey feel. Oh. No, for me, what I dey feel say, he think, now say, Liverpool, Anfield, when those crowd turn up and they become the 12th man, e no get wetin you wan do again to as like at a certain level. That game they were going to pressure Arsenal from the beginning of that second half to the end because those crowd they turned up for that particular second half. So what Ateta tried to do was secure that is 2-1 lead. So when he took out Odegaard, he brought in Jakob Kivior, the defender. So they now became five defenders on the pitch. They became five defenders on the pitch to try and secure that 2-1 lead. And why he did not take out Zinchenko immediately was because probably it is Zinchenko. His experience is actually as a winner, as a Premier League winner, is way better than all of those defenders put together. So he had the experience to actually hold that fort. Yes, he plays as an inverted midfielder, but trust me, when you're receiving the amount of pressure Liverpool was putting on Arsenal, you understand, say right now, no need to go front. Now me and Trent. And he tried to stay back, but Trent was just really brilliant and really good with his deliveries and did him there for the second goal. But yeah, I think Arteta will definitely take a whole lot from the game. He will definitely take a whole lot from the game. I don't know. For me, this match just shows that
let me quickly say something. Is get why I talk say extra midfielder, no be defender. Because good, our Arsenal fan is here. Because what they needed to do was contain the ball, not defend. For football match, once you start to defend like that, with that kind of pressure, they'll just keep applying pressure and pressure and pressure. In some matches, it works. Only if you defend full 90 minutes now, collect draw, na their plan. But in some matches, it won't. And Arteta is not that type of coach that plays defensive football. All he needed to do was just contain the game. That's why an extra man in midfield, not defense, in the midfield would have been better. That's why I was like, if it takes away Odegaard, bring in. This was before the goal. So as when they scored the goal, when Firmino made that jump, they had three centre backs. Four. Ben White. They have four centre backs. That's embarrassing now. Four centre backs inside your box 18. Firmino, not even Darwin Núñez. Firmino is the one who made the jump to score a header. That sub was wrong for me. Should have gotten a midfielder. Contain the ball, try and hold the ball. Firmino is not the tallest. He's not the tallest striker. He's not the most physical striker.
In case he has scored,
it can be said for both teams now. Gabriel Jesus is not the tallest, he's not the most physical, but he scored the header against Van Dijk. He scored the header and Van Dijk was in front of him. You understand?
Like even if he has
Get my point.
As short as he is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about positioning and delivery. So, Sabitzer wins more headers in the game than Begos. Like when Sabitzer plays, those knockdown, he wins more in the game than Begos.
Wait, hey, Mayu, wait. Would they call your match? Wait. Would you call your side? Wait. Before you call the tell us about when God say supposed to be defensive midfielder, not supposed to be striker.
Okay, my guys. I want to ask you guys a question. Yeah. Now this has happened. Arsenal has played 30 games. Manchester City has played 29 games. And I want to just list out or give you a rundown of their next fixtures towards the end of the season. And then you guys will answer the question. Everybody will go around and answer the question. If Arsenal will still win the league or if Manchester City will now win the league. Now, Manchester City, first of all, they will have to play Leicester City at home. They will play Arsenal 26th of April at the Etihad. They will now play Fulham away. They will play West Ham, struggling for relegation. They will play Leeds. They will play Everton, also struggling for relegation. And they will play Chelsea, and then they'll end it by playing Brentford. Now for Arsenal will play West Ham. They will play Southampton. They will play Manchester City. They will play Chelsea. They will play Chelsea. They will play Newcastle away. They will play Brighton at home. And then they would also play Wolves, I think. Okay, no, before they play Wolves, they'll play Nottingham Forest. Before they play Wolves, they'll play Nottingham Forest away, and then on the final day, they'll play Wolves. Now, on paper, Arsenal probably has the tougher fixtures than Manchester City. But then also remember
Why?
before you give your final
Why would you
judgment.
say that?
Sorry? No. Before
Why
you
would you
give,
say Arsenal has the toughest fixture?
let me point out the top fixtures. First of all, they are playing Manchester
Yes,
City away. They are playing Manchester
one.
City away. One. They are playing
Mm.
Chelsea. They are
Who's
playing
that?
Chelsea at home.
It's
Chelsea.
not a walkover.
See,
No one
come.
else to do it.
This is
Who be that?
this is
I just
this
say you
this is
They're the top club.
London Derby. London Derby. This no be 12th versus first or 11th
I
versus first. This is not derby match.
They'll play.
Wait
I thought you
now.
want to say they'll play
Wait.
Newcastle away. You said
They
Chelsea.
will play Chelsea. See, dude, there's no way you can that. Fuck this boy, the man. But anyway, let's move on. Another tough game they have is against Newcastle away at St James's Park. Another tough game they have is when they welcome Brighton to the Emirates. Okay, at least I've counted 4 tough games for Arsenal. But for City, the only tough game I'm seeing here is Arsenal when they welcome Arsenal, and probably for me, okay, Chelsea. They also play Chelsea. They also play Chelsea as well.
So the reason why I feel like Arsenal has the toughest fixture is because they have like
So we they say the
four,
same thing. What are you?
five.
What's the
They feel like wait now, you. I think you're mentioning Chelsea. That's why. Arsenal has like 5 straight difficult matches. 5
exactly
straight.
all jumbled up together?
They
Yeah.
go from Southampton to Man City to Chelsea. Chelsea is who at home. They are playing at Emirates, not even Stamford Bridge.
In Arsenal.
Chelsea, Newcastle, and
Very happy.
Brighton. Ha. And then Arsenal now has to go to Nottingham Forest, their home. That their home now.
That ground is also very tricky. It's very tricky.
So that's
very
why I
tricky.
feel like it's hard for Arsenal now. But out of
You know,
the
having that Man City still has the Champions League to look at and also the FA Cup to look at. I know they have a big squad, but still, regardless of the size of their squad, I feel like Haaland is very intricate to that team. And if you're going to be playing Haaland every three days, who knows? He might get an injury, or he might just who knows? Who knows what might happen? I know Julian Alvarez is a very good, substitute for Haaland, but still, those playing in the Champions League, playing in the FA Cup, playing in the
Percy,
Premier
please,
League.
what do you think? What do you think? Your match against
I think-
Arsenal
I think-
and your match against Man City, which one you feel say you go lose?
Oh, we go lose both of them. That one
We're
no
gonna
be-
lose two of them now.
Oh, is it me?
No. We're gonna lose two of them.
The first one they
We
talk,
lose two of them.
then they
We
come
don't get
opponent,
everything they
you
fight
say
for. Me personally, I want me to lose them. Understand? No one make we enter, and if you not be Champions League, anything conference, Europa, I don't like. So maybe
You don't like conference call?
Maybe just stay top of the so maybe just the top 10, not be that level 12. Maybe just there. So nothing now they sweet us for league, nothing to fight for. So I don't know. Maybe we fit decide say we want turn up, maybe to fight for pride or but nah.
Exactly. Now
That
London
one
Derby.
go lose.
London Derby. Anyway,
That
but
one
Percy, who you think say go win the league now? Via the features and how the table dey, who you think say go win the league?
That league
Between
is
Arsenal and Man
Arsenal's to
City.
lose, so honestly, because like you said, they are just focused on the league now.
Yeah.
Man City they have, well, I believe they are still in FA Cup. They are still
And
in FA
Champions
Cup. They
League,
have
yes.
Champions
Oh.
League.
they are still in FA Cup, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So injury will come in place. I think to some of their key players. You can't be playing Haaland week in
Fatigue
week
as
out.
well. Yeah.
You can't be playing Haaland week in week out. No matter how good he is, But Arsenal will have to, but Arsenal will have to be very, very consistent. With City,
And clinical.
if City is chasing you in the league, guy, you have to be consistent. You cannot have lapses like. And
All
that's
this
why
slip
most
up,
of the
yeah.
Arsenal fans will tell you that this draw, this draw yesterday really pained them because they know who is chasing them. It's City. Liverpool got 90 points in the league, guy. What are you saying? They
97
got
steps.
90 points.
97.
They didn't win the league.
They got 97.
So,
Mm. And
I
it's
see
still
what I'm
lost.
talking about. So you have to be like week in, week out, drop 5-star performance. You cannot even draw. You understand? So if Arsenal draws or lose, hello, funny. Because me, I go first laugh then. Because after all this hype, you go lead throughout. You can't lose last day. You can't go trophyless. You go sit with that.
Do you think rather you guys can actually win the league regardless of the results from Sunday? And what do you just think about the whole process rather? What do you think?
In as much as we are not happy for not getting the 3 points yesterday, but going forward, actually, it's a positive step in the right direction. And it was actually a good game. It was actually a good game. Over the years, we've gone to Anfield and we've got battered 5-1, 4-0,
Collected, yeah.
3-1. And yesterday, I saw a Liverpool team who actually, for the first time in a very long time, had to fight through their skin to get a draw. And they were so happy with that result. You understand? Which shows you that this season, Arsenal is a different team altogether. And then, talking about the title race, I know people are like saying, oh, bottle FC. Arsenal bottled this one. But the truth is, if you saw yesterday's game, you look at it from a different angle. We went to Anfield, we got 1 point. Newcastle lost there. Man City lost there. Manchester United took 7-0 in that same place. And currently the best team in England currently went there and actually took 1 point. It simply shows you that we are actually not joking. We are going for the title. You understand? Most people can say we have Newcastle, we have Brighton, we have Man City, and they're looking at it like, well, Arsenal is sinking again. But think about it. We lost to Manchester City one time, and then we went on a 7-game unbeaten run. And I feel like we'll do it again. It's not like we can't do it. We will definitely do it again. We'll draw points along the line, definitely. But the truth is, Manchester City cannot win their remaining games. That's just how I say it. And going forward, I feel like we'll definitely win the title. But to go down the wire, definitely.
So, but
I like that he said that among the big six, they've not won at Anfield. They all lost there. Somebody even collected 7 up there. So and you guys went there and you got 1 point. So that's I like that angle, and the fact that, to be honest, if Arsenal can win the remaining 9 games, right? Remaining 9 games, and these 9 games are tough. That's what actually makes them the champion. They really deserve to be champions. If they win all the remaining games, then they deserve to be champions.
Please do not forget to like, comment, and share this video.